So picture this. You walk out of your room after a late-night Netflix binge, and boom, the sun hits you like it's auditioning for the role of main villain in your life. Suddenly, you're squinting like you've never seen daylight before. Or maybe it's the opposite. You stroll into a dark movie theater and for the first 30 seconds, you can't even find your seat. You're basically a confused bat, except bats are way better at this whole darkness thing. So what's the deal? Why do our eyes freak out every time the lighting changes? Welcome to the science of how your eyes adjust to light and dark. Spoiler, it's not magic. It's just your biology pulling some sneaky tricks to keep you from walking into walls. Let's start with the basics. Those black circles in the middle of your eyes? Yeah, those are pupils. They're like tiny automatic doors that decide how much light should crash into your eyeballs. The colored part of your eye, the iris, is the bouncer at the door. When it's bright out, the iris tells the pupil to shrink down. Why? Because too much light is like inviting 200 people into your tiny living room. It's chaos. Shrinking your pupils limits the chaos. When it's dark, though, the iris chills out and lets the pupils expand, making them huge. That's your eye saying, "Come on in, photons." Party's in the back. Now, while the pupils are doing their quick little dance, the real show happens at the back of your eyeball, the retina. Think of the retina as your eye's movie screen, and sitting on that screen are two types of cells, rods and cones. Cones are the fancy ones. They love bright light, they let you see color, and they're basically the divas of your eye. Red, blue, green cones are why you know your shirt is actually navy and not just darkish blob. But cones, they hate the dark. In fact, the second the lights go out, cones check out. Like, nope, not my job. That's where rods step in. Rods are your eye's night vision squad. They can't do color so in the dark. Everything turns into some black and white old-timey movie, but they're really good at detecting low levels of light. Each rod cell is packed with this special chemical called rhodopsin, sometimes called visual purple. Because science loves to give things dramatic names, rhodopsin is super sensitive to light. In bright conditions, it breaks down and basically says, "Call me later." But in the dark, it builds back up, making rods insanely sensitive. That's why, after a few minutes in the dark, you suddenly start seeing more detail around you. It's not your imagination, it's your rods coming online. Here's a fun way to think about it. Your eyes are like a camera with two modes. Day mode uses cones and keeps the aperture that's your pupil small. Night mode uses rods, cranks the aperture wide open, and dials the sensitivity way up. Switching from light to dark isn't instant though. Your pupils can change size in just a couple seconds, but rods take their sweet time. That's why walking into a dark room feels like your vision is buffering. Full dark adaptation can take around 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, a half hour just to see properly. Meanwhile, adjusting back to light is super fast. If someone flips on a lamp in a dark room, your pupils slam shut almost immediately, and cones take over in seconds. Rods? They're like, well, guess we're unemployed again. So next time you're camping, and you can't see all the stars at first, don't panic. Give your rods some time to get their act together, and suddenly, the night sky looks way fuller. And when you walk outside on a sunny morning and feel like you've been personally attacked by the sun, just remember it's your eyes scrambling to protect you from getting completely fried. Kinda sweet, honestly. At the end of the day, eyes are like that one friend who's always adjusting the thermostat, never quite happy, but always making sure things stay comfortable. Pupils, rods, cones, rhodopsin, they're all part of a tag team that keeps you from face planting when the lights change. And while you might feel like a mole person in the daylight or a lost raccoon in the dark, your eyes are doing some Olympic-level biology just to keep up. So yeah, that's how your eyes adjust to light and dark. Pupils open and close like blinds. Cones handle the day shift. Rods take the night shift. And rhodopsin is the MVP chemical behind the scenes. Science may not make walking into a dark theater any less awkward, but at least now you know why you're stumbling into someone's popcorn. This has been Think Bits, and hey, next time someone asks why you're squinting like a vampire at noon, you can casually drop some knowledge.